Hi, this is Jeremy Kellett, Director of Recruiting here at Oakley Trucking, and I'm your host for this podcast. This is the Oakley Podcast, Trucking Business and Family. And once again, we are bringing you some good material from this Oakley studio that you see. Man, we have really come around and got this looking a lot better than we used to. It's come a long ways in the last few years since we started this podcast in the old office. Now we're in the new office and got us some new chairs and stuff we've had for a couple months now. It's a whole lot better. Today's episode is going to be good. We're talking company party, which is happening October the 21st. The plan is for this to come out the Wednesday before, week and a half before the actual party. So we're going to give you some information on some changes we've made, some things that talk a little bit about the truck show, and the contestants that we have in that, how to vote, how to get your motel room, some of the awards that we're giving away and why, and how do you qualify for those. And we just got a little more detail on the company party that's happening October the 21st that we hope everybody knows about. And if you haven't attended, you still got plenty of time to come, and we want everybody to be there. It's a big old party and recognition of everybody that employees and independent contractors and their families. It's just a fun time. So
Aero Truck Sales has been in business for over 60 years and a longtime partner of Oakley Trucking and the Oakley Podcast. Trey Visor and Keith Wilson do a great job at putting you in the right truck to fit your needs and our needs here at Oakley. They carry all makes and models to choose from with on-site financing through transport funding. So whether you're a seasoned owner-operator or a first-time buyer, be sure to contact Keith Wilson at Aero Truck Sales at 573-216-6047 and tell him you heard it on the Oakley Podcast.
I had a request from somebody to meet Anna Belle because I guess I talk about Anna Belle like I used to Miles. Miles used to be here and had him on once or twice, but somebody was like, "Who's this Anna Belle?" I said, "Hey, we need Anna Belle. People need to know who Anna Belle is." So Anna Belle Stout has joined us about, how 2 months ago, and is doing a great job, and she's handling all the work with the cameras and the microphones and the pictures and the social media and the Facebook and all that good stuff that me and Corey are not any good at. She's doing it. So
Amen.
Welcome to the family, Anna Belle. Glad to have you. So I've got Corey Huey joining me. JP from Safety Department can talk about some of the safety awards, and we're just going to dive off into this and get started. You guys making it all right today?
Making it.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got to get the important people in here. When we start talking about parties, we got to include Huey and JP.
There you go.
So you get the details on the party and what's happening. Before we get started, I was off last week and went to the Grand Canyon. JP, you ever been out to Grand Canyon?
I've never been out there. I've never been west of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Fun fact.
Oh, there you go.
I need to get out west a little bit
You
more.
need to get out. This was pretty much my first time. I had been out to Albuquerque, flew into Albuquerque one time and drove up to Farmington. We had a terminal there at one time, but that's been years ago. But you don't get the experience if you load up your spouse, significant other, and you load up and hit the interstate to the Grand Canyon.
So y'all drove out there?
We drove out there. We had a great time. Me and my wife, we tested our 28 years of marriage to see if we could make it. We only had 2 fights.
There you
go. That were really not that significant. We were one argument before I get into this was we were at the Grand Canyon walking down the edge, and everything, and I said, I don't know why we can't drive out here. There's a road right there.
Yeah.
She says that's the buses only. I said, well, there's a car. Well, it's handicapped too, I said, I think we can drive out here. I've walked 5.5 miles. I don't know why we can't drive out here. So we're sitting there arguing, kind of having this discussion, and a lady goes, hey, excuse me, where y'all from? And I go, Arkansas. She said, I could tell by the way you talk. I said, we're from Flippin, Arkansas. So, so the first thing out of my wife's mouth is go, can you settle an argument for us real quick? Can you drive out here to this, or is this buses only? She says, oh, no, it's buses only.
Should have asked the husband.
Yeah.
There you go.
I should have. So anyway, it was a good trip. Fun stuff. All right, sidetrack. Let's get back. let's talk about this company party. I think it's something that everybody looks forward to. You know, we won't get into the history of it. We actually got into the history of the company party last year, year before. Me and Tommy did it. I forget what episode it was, but we got into some details of the history. But it's been ongoing since I've been here, you know, for 30 years it's been going on, and it's something that's everybody looks forward to every October. And we have just a great time for people to get together that out of the work environment, you know, and you get to see some of these owner-operators. You get to see other people in the company that I don't even know that works upstairs, you know, and you actually get to have a conversation with them and get to know them. So it's just a great time to do that. But so we got some stuff. We started last year with the truck show.
That's right.
And that was the first time we did the truck show. So I'd kind of like to start there because to me that's the main attraction to the company party now is the truck show. So what's the plan on the truck show this year, Corey?
Well, so real similar to last year. I mean, as far as like tent location and the trucks, I mean, we want it to be, you know, close proximity to the tent, so when everybody's getting there, you know, they can kind of mingle around and look through all the different trucks. About the same amount as far as quantity of guys. I've got, you know, 25, 26 signed up now. A couple of those are still kind of 50-50 up in the air, so I'm sure we'll have maybe one or two fall out, just can't make it or something. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna try to park everybody right there around the same location. Maybe try to angle them up a little bit different. I know I had some just some feedback from some of the guys last year that, you know, we're saying, man, I got a lot of money invested in my truck. I'd like to have it where you're not just looking at the grill. You know, maybe look at the side view or something. So we may try to angle them in there a little bit different for everybody to kind of see. But
yeah, we ought to be able to do that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We should have room, especially with the you know, and we'll get into this, I guess, a little bit, but kind of moving the tent back a little bit, so we should have a little bit more room there.
So on the truck show, you're gonna have about 20-something entries.
That's right.
They got to get here that Saturday morning.
Yeah, Saturday morning. Some of them, you know, may get here Friday. The 20th, which is what we did. We had last year. We had maybe half of them were here Friday, so we went ahead and parked them, staged them, but. Yeah, definitely get here, you know, early Saturday morning. We'll try to get you staged, and you can kind of, you know.
Have we got a set time yet? Do you figure, hey, we need to start parking guys? You know, kind of like at the truck show, you got to. I mean, the earlier the better. I'm assuming.
Yeah, earlier the better. I mean, I just, you know, I sent everybody that's in kind of this rules and kind of some ideas, but you know, I just said, hey, rags down by 2:00. You know, so I wanted everybody to have all their stuff done, cleaned up. That way when people started showing up, that, you know, we didn't have a bunch of trash out there and stuff, so it looked complete and ready to go. So but yeah, the earlier the better. I mean, we got, you know, some giveaways that we're going to be doing before the party starts,
just for the
contestants, you know, so I want everybody to be here for that. And then we've also got James Wildridge. If you were here last year, we had him and his wife and kids came up from South Louisiana and cooked some awesome gumbo for us.
They're an owner-operator. He's
Absolutely.
an owner-operator.
Yeah, James has been here 3 years, I think, pulls the tank with us. I actually just got off the phone with him not long ago to see if he was going to do that, because I was wanting to have some food for people, and I didn't want to have to go
kind of a lunch.
Right.
Yeah.
Lunch prior to the party.
Right.
Got you.
But yeah, it's so, you know, I want everybody here for that, so we can just kind of hang out and have some lunch, have some gumbo, give some giveaways, and just, you know, get all their decals and you know, numbers put up in the truck, and you know, that way you're ready to go whenever the voting starts, so you can win. So.
Speaking of voting.
Yeah, voting. We're using the same platform that we used last year. I can't remember the name of it, but it's, you know, we'll have some iPads out there. We'll have a pop-up tent, you know, that you would take to the beach or something like that, and with some tables on there, and so we can help.
So you have to come up to that.
People vote, right?
That
yeah,
table.
Come up to that table to see us, and then we'll get everything logged in, and you know, it'll just have kind of a scroll there of all the trucks with the type of truck it is and an actual picture of their truck, and they'll all be numbered based on the number that's in their truck, and you just one click, hey, this is who I think's the best, and then hit submit, and you're done. So,
but they have to do that with you or
Right.
whoever's at that table.
Correct.
To do that because you're
Right.
using a
We'll have
QR code or something
Right.
that you gotta. Yeah, so that way everybody at the party can vote one time.
Right.
And I think the main thing that we ran into last year is voting stopped.
Right.
And you had some people still wanting to vote.
Yep.
But we can't. I mean, you got to
Right.
put a cutoff on it.
Right. So the plan is, 7:00 is kind of going to be the cutoff to vote. So that gives you, 3 hours roughly. I mean, if you're getting there 4 or 5 o'clock, 2 to 3 hours to walk around, look at all the trucks, and get your vote in by 7. Because I want it to be done. That way we can kind of tally up the results, and then after all the safety awards and employee awards and stuff are done before the band starts, I can get up there like I did last year and go ahead and announce the winner. That way we know that night.
So you got to think about this. If you're coming to the party and you're going to see 25 trucks and then you're going to vote on one of them, you can't get here at 6 and vote by 7 and see
Right.
all of them probably. But, so it'd be nice if you get here. I mean, they'll be staged at 3 o'clock, so if people
Yep.
want to get here and walk around, I mean, there won't be any services, won't be any food or drinks or anything, but if they want to get here and walk around the trucks
Right.
and see
Yeah,
them, then
and-
they kind of know how to vote.
Yeah, and kind of a side note, and we'll kind of touch on this more too, but the hotels, that we've got reserved for the owner-operators and their families at the Holiday Inn and the Wyndham, we have shuttle buses, bringing people to and from, and they start running at 3 o'clock. So
Okay,
I mean,
so let's go ahead and talk about that.
Okay.
We got the Wyndham, which is here, the Riverfront Wyndham in North Little Rock, just down
Right.
the road. And we've got the Holiday Inn,
Right.
which is across the river where everybody stayed last year for the most part. We
Right.
put up people every week in it. So you got this year we're not paying for rooms. Last few years we've always paid for everybody's hotel room. It's just been a chaotic mess and a way of organizing that. So this year getting your own room, paying for your own room. The only thing we did was get you some good rates. I think the rate over at the Wyndham's $99. Nice place. The Holiday Inn, the one on the hill. There's a Holiday Inn on top of the hill at the what exit is that? The airport exit.
It's airport exit.
Airport
Yeah.
exit. On the other side of 440. It's a good rate. I want to say $69 right in there.
Mm-hmm.
So really good rate there. And you just call them. They got a set of rooms waiting on us. If you hadn't already booked it, you need to go ahead and get that done.
Yeah, and I think just to kind of, I wrote that down. Last count, and this was as of, a couple of days ago. We had like 144 rooms between the two
Okay.
reserved already. So
That's good.
And there'll be more these next
Oh,
couple
yeah.
of weeks come in. So, okay, so the hotel rooms, you got that, Holiday Inn, Wyndham. If you need info, let us know. Call us.
Right.
We'll point you in the right direction.
And then, like I said, the shuttle buses
Yeah.
will be picking you up from both hotel locations, bringing you to the party, and then, just whenever you get
And it
ready
starts
to go.
at 3 till
Starts at 3
11:30.
o'clock. Right, 3 to 11:30, just back and forth. So we were talking yesterday about, worst case scenario or things that could happen. So we're going to have to make sure that we've got a sign or something in the window of these buses that says, hey, this bus is going to the Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
That way you're not staying at the Wyndham and then getting on the wrong bus.
I can
And
see
I can
that.
see that happening.
Yeah, so make sure you're getting on the right bus because that bus is just going to the Wyndham. It ain't going to the Holiday Inn. If you got on there and you need to go to the Holiday Inn, they're going to bring you back to Oakley, and you're going to wait for the Holiday Inn bus.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's the plan on the shuttle buses. I think one other big part that we ran into last year,
It's parking.
yeah, well, and the shuttle having the places to go.
Yeah, so we might need to try to tape it off or some kind of a orange cone route or something just for the buses to be able to get in there, because that was one major issue that we had last year, that bus, he got to the levee right there by the driver's lounge. He couldn't go any farther because that whole parking lot was full of cars. So people were having to walk up to get on the bus. So
We need to just hire parking people, have about 3 or 4 of them out here and
Yeah, there you go.
and get it make sure everybody parks in the right place and leave room for the shuttles to come right up by the entrance here by the trucks, pick them up and take them on. Maybe we can figure something out there, but by the time it rolls around, I think we'll be okay. So because parking's always an issue with that. But you talked about they're going to have extra tent, so we're making more room.
I was talking to Tommy and Bud about this. So they're extending some asphalt out here. Oakley's growing. We're getting bigger, more people coming, a little bit of everything. So we needed more space. Last year we had a couple tables and chairs outside of the tent because we didn't have enough room. So I don't know if it's going to be like 2 full-size tents, but they had talked about where they're extending that asphalt, putting a secondary tent for the food and the caterer. So that will be its own tent, and then more room for tables and band and dancing and all that stuff. So
because we had made some suggestions, and some of them was to have some more food out there later on in the night.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
So they actually said, Tommy, which he's the party coordinator, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely party coordinator,
Make
Tommy
that
Mitchell.
clear.
Let's get that clear on who's doing this. But he said he would have the caterer leave food on the table. Any leftovers would leave them on the tables out there, so people have some throughout
I like
the
cold
night.
fish, man.
Oh, yeah.
And water is not an issue. We talked about having more water, so that should be not a problem to have more tubs of water and plenty of water around too. So, and the bar is going to be the same with the bar because I don't think we talked about having 2 of them, but they said the logistics of the products and everything, and just not enough people for that they got, so it wasn't going to work. It's going to be 1. So it's going to a few changes. Other than that, Dustin Eagle lined up the entertainment. Did you know that?
I did. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's responsible for the entertainment. So
Tyler Kinch.
Something to be exciting about.
Yes.
Y'all know him?
I do. Yeah, I've seen him a couple times actually.
Oh, yeah?
So he's an Arkansas guy, but he's gotten pretty big name for himself. He's toured with Justin Moore a couple times. So
no kidding.
Yeah, pretty good country.
We couldn't get Justin Moore.
Probably a little tougher.
Well, actually,
good country music. So
actually, Tommy said he was. So I guess he's country. Tommy said he was on tour with Lone Star a little bit too.
Yeah.
So
he's gotten really big, and I think Dustin's even talked to him about he's going to do a little cover stuff too. That way, if you're not familiar with his songs, which I suggest going to listen to him, he's very good. But he's going to play some cover songs as well for everybody.
Okay.
Lube Zone has opened a new location in Statesville, North Carolina. It's located north of Statesville on Highway 77, just west of Exit 59. Lube Zone services both single trucks and truck fleets, so whether you're driving through or you have a trucking company nearby, Lube Zone are the experts to turn to. Lube Zone's specialty is full-service oil changes that take approximately 30 to 40 minutes. They also offer tractor-trailer grease, gearbox service, generator service, reefer service, and DOT inspections. They also go the extra mile when it comes to quality control. What does that mean? That means your semi-truck is checked not just once, but twice to ensure all service and parts are good to go. Lube Zone does this so you can rest easy knowing that your truck is in top condition. No other service center knows semi-trucks better than Lube Zone. Check out lubezone.com for all their locations, and when you go in there, tell them you heard it on the Oakley Podcast.
So that's kind of the gist of the truck show. Let's see. On the, I think I had one other thing I wanted to say on that truck show before we go on to the award.
Yeah, and I do too. I got something else I want to say.
Okay, go ahead.
There. I just kind of wanted to hit on, I guess kind of our sponsors really. So we, this is kind of like I said, this is our second annual. Last year didn't really know what we were doing. I mean, it kind of worked out, but I was trying to make it bigger and better this year and reached out to a lot of our customers and just people that we deal with in this industry a lot and got some great feedback from customers and they've donated some awesome stuff, which is, all going back to the contestants. So, I guess just to kind of start with, first place is $5,000. You know, and then of course a belt. You know, we got another belt. I should have wore that thing up here.
You should have.
Absolutely.
To show it off.
Oh yeah, you got another belt.
Yeah,
you tried to get
snakeskin
else,
belt this year.
Man.
For first place, and then second place is $2,500, and we got some big old Super Bowl looking diamond rings made up, you know, for second and third place, and then of course third place is $1,500. But you know, a lot of that cash and prizes are coming from, you know, just all these sponsors, and I'm just going to list them.
Yeah, I was going to say, who are some of them?
Obviously Oakley is helping with all this. We've got Ozarko Tire that we deal with a lot, is donating, you know, some gift certificate for a set of steer tires, Michelin steer tires. So
wow.
you know, that's pretty good thing. Of course, Mack Trailer donated a lot for us. MHC Kenworth here in Little Rock, who we have a great relationship with. Aero Truck Sales, who's the sponsor of our podcast, and you know, that we deal with a lot. Netrodyne, I mean, which is what all of our
camera
company, and Quality Truck Repair here in North Little Rock. Lone Star Truck Group in Texarkana, Jimmy over there. Transflow, which is our paper logging company. EFS, our fuel card company. Pittsburgh Power donated some stuff for us, and then, you know, some of our advertising company, Randall Riley, donated some stuff.
So what? Give us a little more specifics. What is some of these goodies?
Well, so I've got you know, besides the steer tires, I've got some. Man, what is this Pittsburgh Power that everybody, you know, this fuel-borne catalyst.
Yep.
So I've got several gallons of that to give away. I've got,
and that's like
you know,
$250 a gallon.
A gallon. You know, I got 3 gallons of that. I've got, you know, a bunch of, you know, Yeti coolers and just different coolers to give away. I've got, you know, Mack Trailer T-shirts and hats and soft-sided coolers and $100 gift cards and different things like that. Some custom Oakley cornhole boards and custom coolers and things like that.
Nice.
So, some pretty good prizes.
So how's that going to go about receiving those prizes?
Well, so that's what I was talking about. You know, prior to the actual company party starting, I'm going to have like a drawing for the contestants.
Okay.
You know, so we'll give those away prior to the actual party starting.
Good deal.
So
You'll send out an email to the contestants saying, hey,
yeah.
you need to be here at this certain time.
Right.
To where we can give them out, and then they can maybe display them or whatever they want to out there. So good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now let's get back to the kind of the purpose of the company party. Besides the truck show, is recognizing employees and independent contractors of a lot of different things. Of course, the employee is pretty much just tenure.
Right.
5, 10, 20, 30-year
Correct.
recognition, I think, for that. But more than that, what about, and I don't know, I actually don't even know the prizes on the 5 tier and 15. And,
I know for our 10
or 5, 10, and 20. I forget.
We get the jacket, you know, owner-operators and employees get the jacket at 5 years, Oakley jacket. Then 10 years, you get the tenured watch. And then I can't remember. I think we just
for employees and
for employees and drivers. Yeah.
Okay.
And after the fact, we do, you know, plaques. I'm pretty sure on the 10-year awards.
Okay. And then what about you know? Let's talk a little bit on the independent contractor side on the safety awards, because that's the bulk of the awards goes on.
Right.
We also do an owner operator of the year from dispatch. We'll talk about in a minute, but let's talk about the safety awards, JP, and how that works, and kind of so people know what to expect if they've never been here. This is what's going to take place.
Yeah, sure. So, you know, starting off, we have the 5-year Safe Driving Award. And with a 5-year Safe Driving Award, you're going to receive a really nice truck trophy. And, you know, by safe driving, this is going to mean that there's no preventable accidents, you know, now meaning not the owner-operator's fault. They haven't had any, you know, major property damage accidents. I mean, we're little flexible with that as far as, if you back into a pole and put a little scuff on the trailer, we're not going to, hold that against you. But it's going to be the kind of your major events there. But the pneumatic owner-operators, they actually receive on the truck trophy pneumatic trailer. It looks really nice. The end-up and hopper bottom owner-operators get an end-up trailer on their trophy because they don't make a hopper one, unfortunately.
You got a sample of that you can show Anna Belle?
Yes.
Is this one
Take
right
a
here?
picture of the trophy.
Yeah, that's actually one right there. Sure is.
Oh, there you
yeah.
go.
Yeah, we got several in the
I
office
don't
here
know
we
if
can
you
show.
can see that.
But no, they're actually really nice. And then after that, we do the 10-year, 15, 20, 25, 30. Every 5 years pretty much you get also a safe driving award as well, which is going to be just a safety plaque showing that as far as your 5-year increment awards.
So we were arguing yesterday. Well, we wasn't arguing, but we was talking to Barnett. I don't know if he ever got clarification
Yeah, I don't either.
on how. So it's 5 years safe driving award. Okay,
Correct.
hadn't had anything in 5 years. Is that from the time I started, or is that from time I had, like, if I had an accident, then it restarts, and if I go 5 years without an accident, I get a 5-year?
That's correct. Yeah, so if you were, here at year 3 and had an accident, it almost reset
At zero.
Right, at 0. So, essentially it would take you, 8 years if you were clean after the
Man.
fact.
Okay, I don't know how y'all keep up with that.
It is a madhouse. Trust me.
You're probably fixing to get some calls.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look, check into this.
Check in.
Yeah.
I didn't get one. I should have got one.
Absolutely. It's a
So-
lot to keep up with, but we definitely try. We still want to reward the owner-operators for still getting that consecutive years, in. So we try our best to keep track of it and make sure everybody's getting rewarded for that.
Man, that's a
amount
big
of time.
accomplishment, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost getting 3 wrecks every day coming.
Well, you think that's a
To
big
work and go
accomplishment.
home.
We've had
That's because
this
of the way
year.
you drive. I know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's on him.
Yeah.
But putting that perspective, it is a great accomplishment. But we're giving out 51 of those 5-year safe driving awards this year,
That's pretty good.
which is really really awesome.
Man, that is
So.
awesome.
How many 10? How many going
So
down
we
the list?
got, as far as safe driving awards, we've got 51 of the 5-year. We're looking at 6 10-year. We're looking at 3 20-year safe driving awards, and then 1 25-year safe driving awards.
Wow.
And I wish I would have wrote down the names to all these, but unfortunately I didn't.
That's
But-
what the company party's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You
You don't
gotta
want
be
to spoil
here.
the surprise.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you some of these guys, probably hadn't even thought about it and aren't really realizing that they might be receiving one this year.
You're right.
So that gives you even more of an incentive to come to the company party
That's right.
and hear your recognition.
Well, more than that are the million milers, because
Yes.
to get a million-mile award, that's a million safe miles.
Right, absolutely.
How many of them we got?
So we got 10 individual million-mile awards being given out. 2 of those are teams, so 8 trucks, but 10 individuals are going to receive the 1 million safe driving awards this year, which is really awesome. And I can't remember how many we had last year. I should have wrote that down, but we had a pretty good number last year as well. So that's really exciting to see.
Well, your figure, that's minimum 10 years probably?
Right.
or
Yeah, I would say
10,
I would say
12?
right around 10 years. Obviously the teams, they got there faster.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say right there around 10 years, Jeremy. You're right on the money with that. So
Pretty good.
that's a long time to safely drive.
I don't know how they do
That's
it.
a lot of dang miles.
That's
too.
a lot of
Well,
miles.
yeah, that and a lot of stress.
Me and Elizabeth, when we pulled back in, we left Saturday morning, and we pulled back in Friday afternoon, and I was about 7 miles short of 2,800 miles
Oh, wow.
that I'd went. It didn't really seem like it. Of course, I'm in a pickup.
Right.
That's a lot easier to
Maneuver around.
cruise,
Yeah.
than those guys. But it gives you a little bit of,
Yeah.
an idea of doing that many miles just every
Oh, yeah.
week, and because there was definitely some sketchy times where some people are pulling out in front of you, stopping in front of
Absolutely.
you,
Yeah.
crazy stuff. So it takes
Well,
a lot.
and you didn't
to
have to
do.
run a logbook either. So.
Yeah.
Nothing screaming
There's
at you.
no way I could have done that.
Yeah, I mean, I drove to Gatlinburg and back in April, and this is 2 days out of your week, and
Yeah.
it's just I'm ready to get home. So I can't imagine.
Man.
Props
I
to
know it.
owner operators, I tell you.
So we got a 2 million miler too.
Yeah, we also got a 2 million miler. We're going to be giving out 5 2 million mile awards this
Holy
year.
God.
Yeah,
That's great.
That's awesome. So, and with those, what you're receiving when you receive those awards, the The million milers, they're going to receive. We actually started this year giving them an option to get, if they want the Oakley diamond ring, which has their name engraved inside of it, or a lot of people don't like wearing rings. We're also giving them an option to, if they want to get a watch that's got 1 million safe driving miles printed on it. So they got two different options there. And on top of that, they receive a plaque, but this plaque's a little bit different. We actually take their picture that we have on file, that we take with them when they hire on, and put their actual picture on the plaque. So it's kind of more personalized in a way. And they don't, I want to mention this. If you ever come in the office, look in the trophy cases, we've got our million mile, perpetual plaques in there that have all of our million milers and 2 million milers printed on those. And we put their name on that plaque as well. And we're actually about to, I think Roger got with Justin Oakley earlier this week, and we're going to actually hang those get them out of the trophy cases and put them on the wall here pretty soon.
Nice.
So
Cool.
that way it's kind of some memorabilia that will stay there, pretty much forever. So, and our 2 million milers, they're going to receive another plaque, with 2 million miles, and we're also getting a 2 million mile watch for them as well.
So now comes at party night comes a little bit of a task, because what we do is get up there and read off the names.
Right. Yes.
Of everybody and there's a bunch of people. Mm-hmm. So it kind of gets a little monotonous. We're reading names, and a lot of them can't make the party.
Right.
So if you do read your name, then you come up, we don't let them know till we actually read their name off, right? They don't
Correct.
know if they're getting one or not.
Yeah, the only ones that are really kind of aware of what's coming is the million milers, because we have to call them and get the ring size. If they want a ring, let them decide on that. But a lot of these are going to be a surprise to them. So it's very important to listen once we start those, listen for your name, and then come see us to grab those rewards.
Well, you think we should let them know before the party?
Probably, it may help for sure.
I would think
and get a little tally on who's coming, who might.
Well, because what happens is, we have to get them out, get the trophies out to everybody.
Yeah.
Which I think last year we just started shipping them to their house.
We tried getting, we tried getting the owner operators through the yards. We want to shake their hand and thank them.
Get a picture.
Yeah, get a picture with them and do it in person like we would the party. But at some point you got to get the awards out to them, and so we had to mail the ones we couldn't get to.
Yeah. So if we end up mailing your trophy to you, take a picture at the house. Get your wife to take a picture and send it to us so we can promote it. Because we're proud of that.
Put it on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
And stuff, and
Proud
of it. So.
Oakley Trucking is a 100% owner-operator company. We specialize in hopper bottom, end dump, and pneumatic trailers. We provide the trailer free of charge, and you provide the truck. We have a large customer base that reaches the whole United States as well as parts of Canada. Our owner-operators live anywhere from Texas to North Carolina to Pennsylvania to Wisconsin and everywhere in between, and we get them home weekends. We take it seriously when you join Oakley Trucking because we need you to be successful. Oakley offers great benefits and competitive mileage pay, so you know that when your wheels are turning, you're generating money no matter if you're loaded or empty. We understand that you want to make a good living and that you make our living. We only take on independent contractors, and to be honest with you, we are very particular on who we lease on. You must have a good driving record, good work history, and clean, dependable truck. So if you're interested in Oakley Trucking or just want some more information, you can go to oakleytrucking.com, listen to our weekly podcast, The Oakley Podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So the only other thing I've got is we have an owner-operator of the year. Each dispatcher picks their owner-operator of the year. And I sent out an email yesterday to all of the dispatchers asking them what qualifies a guy to become owner-operator of the year. So you can imagine some of the different things I got back, Let me just give you a few of the ones I got back from some of these guys.
Yeah, because I'm sure it's not just a set thing. I mean, each guy's got, his own
standards. Yeah, absolutely.
So I had one hauling the weight, clean CSA, good attitude. I had another one, paperwork is a big deal. Make sure you do your paperwork right. Attitude, appearance, performance, CSA score and accidents, and how long you've been here. And then I had another one, a guy that is dependable, goes above and beyond to get the job done, on time, takes care of the equipment, communicates when there are issues, clean and presentable, helps other drivers, and never complains. He's wanting the
Man, he's wanting the overall.
He's wanting
He wants a picture perfect package there.
I'm not going to tell you who that's from. I'll let you figure it out. But those are just some of the characteristics that get you to become owner operator of the year. I mean, it's these guys work with them every day,
Right.
so they know them first name basis, and they know how they operate and work. And
Oh yeah.
there's I'd say I did also. I know it's hard to pick one
Oh yeah.
because you've got more than one
Absolutely.
owner operator of the year, but not everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah,
That's right.
So it's one of those things where they were asked to pick an owner operator of the year, so the dispatcher is going to get up there. I don't know the agenda of the, but they're going to get up there at some point during that party after everybody eats, and they're going to announce their owner operator of the year, and he comes up and gets a plaque or a trophy or something, and
Right. It'll be a plaque.
I don't even remember what else. Free truck washes for a year, maybe out here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't hold me to that.
Oh, he threw it out there.
I forget what they get actually, but it's a big deal. It's
is.
more than what you get with it. I know you do get a decal that says owner operator of the year on the side of your
Right.
truck, and we're most of us are a little competitive.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's nice to know that, each dispatcher may have 50 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think we got 21 dispatcher? I counted.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
there's
there's
21 owner operators a year.
Yeah, so
out of
900 guys. That says a lot.
trucks in
That's
the
a lot.
fleet.
that's right. That's a good way to put it in perspective there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, top 21. I mean, that's a huge number there, to a big accomplishment.
Yeah. Well, and what I think, what's noticeable on this list that they responded is it really wasn't money motivated.
Right, yeah.
None of them said how much money they make me or how much money they make. It's more of the basic job that gets done every day, the things that's got to be done with safety and paperwork
Right.
and taking care of customers. And I mean, that's how you get it.
Yeah, and
So-
I was very surprised. We had a lot of these dispatchers came up to us this year and asked, "Hey, how do they look safety wise?" We're considering them owner operator of the year, so it is the broad spectrum of what you're doing as an owner operator, and we got some good ones.
We do. So I think overall, guys, we've tried to make a few changes to accommodate everybody. We always try to get a little feedback afterwards. The party is, and of course we can't please everybody, but we sure try to make it an enjoyable event and fun for everybody. The main thing is everybody's safe. We don't have a bad problem. We don't have anybody get hurt. We don't have any issues. That's the main thing.
Right.
You
Yeah.
you want to have fun, but keep it to a limit where we're all safe and have a good time. And get home
Absolutely.
safe. That's the main thing.
Oh
So,
yeah.
anything else you'd like to add? We all good? We cover everything?
I think so. Yeah.
I just wanted to add real quick because we, like you said, we have been growing. I had an owner operator ask me earlier this week if he's allowed to bring his family to the party, and absolutely. So if you're a new owner operator out there, and bring your family and kids and come have a good time.
Yeah. It's kid friendly. We have a lot of kids here. So.
Absolutely.
That's a good point because this is not for outsiders.
Correct.
We've had some outsiders. We've had to run some outsiders off before.
Right.
So if you're not associated with Oakley, Bruce Oakley Incorporated
Right.
as an employee or an independent contractor, I'm sorry, you're going to have to go
That's a
to
good
your
point.
company's party,
There you go.
not ours. So,
Good point.
all right. Well, thanks guys for joining me and
You
going
bet.
over this. I think it's some really good details everybody can learn from.
Yep.
And us be prepared and
Absolutely.
hope we're prepared and everything works good.
Bet.
So,
Be here for too long.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Ready.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to the Oakley Podcast. We appreciate you guys every day. Be sure and tell somebody about the Oakley Podcast. Spread the word. Let everybody know what's going on, and that we put out some good information every week. We bring you a new episode every Wednesday, trying to help you learn more about Oakley Trucking and be a successful owner-operator. So appreciate y'all listening every week, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks.